Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes Report for the past 3 days. So I haven't done Frontline Changes Report for 3 days or 2 to 3 days. So I'm feeling very nervy. I need to quickly clear this so that I can do the situation report. So there's a lot of frontline changes, like clearly because of the crazy collapse all across the front line. And I just want to show you the list. It's a bit stupid. Let me show you. Uh, yeah, it's from here. And then it's like on the way here. So there's a lot. So but most of them is in the same place. So don't worry. You can follow. So the first one is over at Novo Ivanovka, over at the western flank of the Kursk front. There is a geolocation by the Ukrainian side showing Russian forces actually have taken most of Novo Ivanovka. So there is still a little bit left with protection, with coverage by forests and whatnot. So it's been some days. So this is about the 27th. So it's around 2 days, 1 to 2 days. So we do not know what's the situation around here. Whatever I have on the map is the latest frontline changes. So I don't have anything else from this area here since. So after Novo Ivanovka, we go to the the Pischany front. So over the Pischany front, over at Kolesnikivka, Russian forces have entered into Kolesnikivka with geolocation of Russian forces entering into this area here. And Ryba, the Russian source, also claimed that the Russian forces have taken this street of not the most northern part of Krylyakivka, or maybe southern part of Kolesnikivka. I do not know how they're going to separate the two towns. So anyway, the Russian forces have taken advances around here. And south of this position, over at Krylyakivka, the Russian forces have basically have fire control over the bridge with the capturing of this railway line, the highway leading up to the main road south of Krylyakivka, and the Russian forces basically have taken all these grounds. And they have now basically moved into the next settlement, which is Zarizove. So the town south of Krylyakivka is Zarizove. So they are moving south already, and I'm not even sure if this is a capture or not, because I'm not even sure which part is Krylyakivka and which part is not. Maybe there's this part, this nice little yeah, this place looks super nice. I think this area here is still probably under Krylyakivka, so it's not full capture, I would imagine. So anyway, we will continue to monitor the situation around here. This bridge is now unusable. It can no longer be used for the Ukrainians. So let's see how this will affect the operation for the Ukrainian side. After Krylyakivka, the next frontline change is nearby over at Stemekivka. I mentioned this quite a number of times already, from Sibreb to the conclusions. So Russian forces have taken areas in the western part of Stemekivka. After this, we jump all the way to Bohov-Yevlenka. So everything else from that point onwards, from the Svetove front, Kremina front, Sivers front, Bakhmut front, New York front, all have nothing. We jump all the way straight to the Pokrov front, which is over here, Pokrovsk. Some people know they very disturbed by the fact that I didn't say the sk. So Pokrovsk front, and so over at the Pokrov front region, let me see, Bohov Yevlenka. Oh, I actually mapped this in the wrong place. Wait, give me a second. So it's not Bohov Yevlenka, it's Selidove. So Bohov Yevlenka is way further down in Donetsk. That's why now my brain wasn't connecting. So at Selidove, there is geolocation. This is by Ryba. And this area here is Russian claims. We have the latest geolocation confirming at least the northern part here is confirmed to be Russian captured. So and everything else over on the east of Selidove is all under Russian control. These are all confirmed to be under Russian control. And if you look at the city itself, the entire half of Selidove is now all under Russian control, and the entire south of Selidove is also all under Russian control. So the collapse is as per expected, as per predicted. I've already talked about it in the situation report and the conclusions, and I think in the previous frontline changes report as well. So so this is the confirmed one, but the Russian claims a bit more to this area here. The Russian forces also maybe have captured Vishnevy, maybe, because this is not confirmed. No mapping has confirmed that Vishnevy is under Russian control. There is a flag installed on the top of a house, on the roof. However, there is no confirmation that there is actually Russian soldiers there. The flag might be installed by drone. So, which is why this is only a Russian claim. This cannot be confirmed. Vishnevy is not confirmed to be under Russian control. Ukrainian forces most likely is currently withdrawing and escaping and running away from Selidove. And I think we're going to see the next update in another 24, 48 hours, we'll see the fall of Selidove, entirely, which is going to be a big deal because Selidove is a huge settlement. So, and I would say this is a city, so this is pretty significant. Southwest of Selidove, the Russian forces are already pushing towards Oleksievka. So the Russian forces have also captured all these areas here. And along the entire road leading south in southwest towards Novodimitrivka, where we actually have the geolocation. This is one of the latest information, and the Russian forces basically have entered into Novodimitrivka. Currently, I'm mapping as the Russians attacking from the east. So because this is the only sensible place where the Russians could potentially go through, because there's no confirmation just from this geolocation that the Russians could have taken all these areas here or in the south. It's not firm. There is geolocation of Russian forces, in the southeast of Novodimitrivka or northwest of Kremena Brauka. So the Russians also advanced in this area here. This totally looks not like nothing. Don't think too much. It's not long enough. But who knows? Maybe you can identify with this. I do not know. I mean, I'm talking about as in the land, the land parcel that you may own. I'm not rich enough. No, I can only live in apartments, government apartments in Singapore. So anyway, so that's all from those digs. Over in the Novoselidivka region, the Russian forces in the latest mapping from the Deep State UA, the pro-Ukrainian source, have shown that the Russians advanced further in Novoselidivka, confirming that the Russians have now started to attack into Novoselidivka. And you can see that the front line here is extremely confusing for the Ukrainians. Where are you going to hold defense? Where is the defense line? The Russians are just flanking you left and right. So it's extremely complicated. So the Russians are now making moves around here. And then also we have the Russian announcement of the capture of Izmailivka and the confirmation of capture of Khernik based on Ukrainian mapping. Russian forces have advanced massively around this area here. This frontline change is huge, and the Russian forces have taken Khernik almost with minimal fighting, I would say, because the frontline was 7.26 square kilometers, and this just happened in a single 24 hours thing. So this is a massive frontline change in the Khernik region and Izmailivka. So a lot of frontline changes all around in this area. As you can see, this is a lot of frontline changes. And further south, in the latest mapping from the Ukrainian side, they have considered that the Russians have taken the entire northern half of Oleksandropil, and the entire eastern outskirt of the town is now firmly under Russian control. They say that the Ukrainians still have some troops in the south, although I have no idea how they're going to cross the river. So I'm not sure how accurate is this. Most likely it's not going to be accurate. I think Oleksandropil is most likely firmly under Russian control. As you can see, unless the Ukrainian troops are going to swim over, which I think is doable. It's not that big of a river, so I think it's swimmable. So if there's the game they want to play, I think that's okay. This area here is mapped as under Russian control. Ukrainians supposedly can't cross, but there's no confirmation that the Russians would have entrenched themselves around here. So this could be the escape route if the Russians are not there at Hostory. So in the next frontline change, we jump to the Donetsk front. Over in the Katerinivka, Yelizavetivka region, Russian forces geolocated south of Katerinivka, and this also leads to some frontline changes around here, with the Russians now on the outskirts of Yelizavetivka, on the verge of attacking. Katerinivka is more than half gone now, under the Russian, half captured by the Russians. Most likely the Ukrainians hardly have any positions inside, because of the how the front line, the formation looks like. It's going to be super difficult for the Ukrainians to hold the whole Katerinivka anymore. And there is also always the threat of a pincer and encirclement from the rear, because you have to remember this is a river. So I would say situation is pathetic. And there's frontline changes over at Bohov-Yevlenka as well. And in the latest Ukrainian mapping report, we can confirm that Bohov-Yevlenka has fallen to the Russian forces. The Russian forces have taken the entirety of Bohov-Yevlenka, with the geolocation also confirming that the Russians is now on the outside, on the eastern part, and the Ukrainian mapping mapped them all the way to the end in the north. And this confirmed the full capture by the Russian side of Bohov-Yevlenka, and this settlement fall way faster than I expected. And so this is quite a calamity. So yeah, a lot of emotional damage. I would say this is the actually I should call this the emotional damage report. The track how much emotional damage there is. So rather than frontline changes, right? So anyway, it is what it is. This is war. That's how it goes. Someone have to win eventually. Over in the Novo-Ukrainka Shatarsky region, so let's zoom in a bit. Let's focus on Novo-Ukrainka. The Russian forces have captured around 2/5 of Novo-Ukrainka, particularly coming from the southwest, and everything south of Novo-Ukrainka, southwest of Novo-Ukrainka, and leading all the way up towards Shatarsky is now all firmly under Russian control. The Russians basically has just stormed through this entire area in a span of 2 to 3 days. You can see this is huge amount of grounds captured. The distance from end to end is around 4 kilometers. This is quite a bit of grounds captured so in just 2-3 days. So the Ukrainians clearly is not defending. They have abandoned position. There might be still defenders around Novo-Ukrainka because of the lack of announcement of capture or further capturing. Because the information from this is on the 27th, there is no information of further capture on the 28th. So which means that the Ukrainians may be defending Novo-Ukrainka right now. So probably they can stop this hemorrhaging of Ukrainian land to the Russian side. Over in the Shatarsky region, Russian forces basically in the latest geolocations have shown that they have basically attacked almost to the point of attacking Yasna Polina. They are basically half a kilometers away, 500 meters away, and the Russians are basically almost there. This also means that the Russians are almost confirmed to have captured Shatarsky, given how the mapping goes. To believe that Ukrainians have this little bit of land left, to still claim the Russians not captured. Yeah, a bit hard to justify. I mean, it's just left this little bit. The Ukrainians may be in the forest. Maybe they are still in one of these buildings, and the Russians are basically almost there. So yeah, almost there. But not yet. So, but very, very close. So this is the frontline changes over in the this Shatarsky region, and I believe this may be all. There is more. So after Shatarsky, we jump to Levadne. So there's frontline changes over at Levadne region. So the based on the mapping from Ukrainian side, the Russian forces have confirmed to have captured Levadne. So this is now confirmed by Ukrainian mapping, with the Russian forces taking Levadne. This was previously under Russian control, and then they lost to the Ukrainians during the 2023 Ukrainian counteroffensive. So now the Russians have retaken this position. So what a shit show. And then I believe that's all. And I believe that's all. I think this is So okay, there is one, although the New York front. This is Zabalka. So in this Zabalka, this is the district in the south of Toreks. The Russian mapping have claimed that they have control over this area here. Previously, Ukrainian forces was geolocated here. So, but they are now claiming it. So this is going to be a overlapping mapping. So otherwise, this is Toreks. Toreks is very quiet right now, and I think that's about it. I think I covered every single thing. So anyway, thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. I will do the SIP wrap soon, hopefully, and I'll see you guys in the next update.